We live.
This episode of Words with Nerds is being recorded in front of a live studio audience. I've always wanted to say that.
Oh my God. Live from New York.
Live from Chicago, it's Words with Nerds.
Word
Welcome
with Nerd.
back, everyone. Looks like this is another brand new issue of Words with Nerds, and we're doing something a little bit different, if you guys can't tell. We are currently doing the episode live.
Yes, sir.
And as always, it is the Triple S crew themselves, me, Sundance Kid himself.
It's me, Slick Vic. Sorry, this isn't new.
And it's me, Space Case, aka Vince. Welcome, boys and girls, to the finale. Yeah, man, we're live. This is weird. We don't ever do live stuff. I immediately feel sweaty. Like definitely. There's a lot of pressure, you know. I know, we're just fucking around. Mm-hmm. Just friends and family are watching, probably on Facebook right now. Maybe like one or two people. But
hopefully,
you guys are with us. We have, you guys can comment and talk to us as we go, which is that's a pretty cool feature. That's new. But yeah, guess what? It's my week, bitches. So
no time for edits in this.
Yeah. So yeah, man, we kind of talked off screen and we decided that we're gonna break it down into 20 episode seasons. So looking back, we're at issue 40. So season 1 would have been 1 through 20, obviously. Now we're season 2, and this is the finale. So it's why we're switching it up for today. Who knows? Maybe we'll keep it live all the time. Maybe this will be a one-time thing, but we're here. We're here now.
Wow, baby.
Yes, sir. So as always, during the week, we got some cool news that dropped. So let's get into it, boys. You got anything spicy on the list that you guys want to talk about?
Actually I do. Can I Sundance Corner this bad boy?
Ooh, let's do a Sundance Corner. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's check this out. Yo, Taylor's in the back and she tried to plug the yay because it's not in the video I uploaded, and she doesn't realize it's muted. What a dork. Go ahead, plug the yay. Okay. Not as good.
I'm so sad. Oh.
Not as good. Anyways, Sundance Corner, what you got, bro?
Well, guys, let me tell you something. Still getting over the yay.
Yay.
So I'm a big supporter of, as I get the notification on my phone, Webtoon, which is where it's kind of like a new age free for the public app in which tons of people put their comics up on this app and on the website. There's tons of original stuff on here, but the newest one that I really enjoyed was Batman Wayne Family Adventures. It is a slice of life webtoon comic. It's like comics, but they're shorter. And they put it on there. I think they work in conjunction with DC, so it's actually licensed. So they're able to use the characters, and it's just it's fun. If anybody who ever reads comics out there reads DC and especially Batman and the Bat Family, the stakes are always really high and there's always some crazy shit going on. But this is kind of what they do in between all of that. It's actually pretty funny. They've got I think it just came out last week, and they only have 6 episodes, six issues. But it's really good. So if you want to check that out, you can download the Webtoon app, or you can go to webtoon.com for more.
Awesome. Not a sponsored plug at all. Just
not a sponsored plug at all.
Genuine things that are cool.
I enjoy those people. They're very nice people. So
hell yeah, that sounds awesome. I gotta check that out. Victor, what about you, man? What you got? Anything fresh in the last week that we've been gone?
Yeah, went to DragonCon. Remember, that was interesting. First major convention.
Yeah.
The year, especially with the crazy COVID. So it was interesting seeing it was interesting seeing. It was interesting seeing.
You never know.
Okay, no. First of all, me and Amanda got a cold, and we were both freaking out when we came back. And we're like, "Oh my god!" And we went to get tested, and we came back negative. But it was interesting to see how the conventions, if they're gonna, because we want to go to C2E2, like how strict they're gonna be moving forward. It was really strict. Like for a second, I had my mask off, like having a beer.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me and like someone working there and just taps me on the shoulder and does this, like. And I'm like, oh yeah,
Really?
cool. No, don't worry about it. And I'm saying like they were pretty on it the whole convention. It was also really sad to hear the story. I don't know. It was really interesting because I never realized like the attendance matter a lot to a lot of the vendors that are there because a lot of vendors said that they couldn't afford this convention. So it was bittersweet. It was fun, but it was really bittersweet.
So a lot smaller than normal cons. A lot more rules in place, obviously. So I've never been to Dragon Con, but I hear all the stories every year about how it's like this crazy party con from sun up to sundown. No one sleeps, everyone just drinks and parties and goes crazy. So yeah, it's definitely got to be a different vibe when there's a pandemic. You got to wear a mask. They kick you out.
They kicked us out around 2 a.m. Every hotel they herded you out because they had to clean it, because that was one of the regulations for Atlanta, is that they have to clean wherever people were like every couple of hours. So they kicked us out, and most of us went to sleep, or you went to another hotel that you can party at. But it was really weird. It was half capacity, so instead of it being around 90,000, it was around 45,000.
Holy shoot! That's
which is
90,000 people.
Which is still a super spreader event. You know what I mean? Like it was dumb. It was fun, but it was dumb. It was interesting. I'm wondering if C2E2 is going to happen. Is my kind of thing right now, because we love C2E2 here. We're from Chicago.
Yeah, of course.
So that's all it is. But
I don't know. I mean, I think C2E2 will happen. I think it's going to be very different from what people remember it as. But we'll still find a way to have fun.
At the end of the day, it comes down about money, and C2E2 is like a big money maker.
So going with that, and going back to the vendors who are they're like a big part of that thing. A lot of vendors were complaining that recently, because of the cutbacks on attendance, and I didn't realize it too, because like when we go to cons, you tend to notice that there's a lot of stuff that's just sold out. Like you go there, and you're like, oh, day 2, a lot of stuff you wanted is gone, and day 3, which is the Sunday, there's very little left, and you're hunting at that point for specific things. But at this convention, dude, all 3 days, all vendors had everything. They did not sell out of anything. And then one of the vendors posted, it's like, it's cool. Next year, if they don't have this at full capacity, I can't do this. And like a bunch of vendors just started commenting. It's like, yeah, we can't afford to go do this, because if we don't have those 80,000 people running through there and buying stuff like idiots, we can't afford to be there, period. So if it is down to the brass tacks like that, like C2E2, I wonder how many of those vendors that are normally at Dragon that they're like, well, why am I going to drive up to Chicago to lose money again? Like not be able to cover my cost. So that's why I'm kind of wary. But
yeah, it's interesting to think about, because I mean, we go there as just fellow nerds just wanting to go and like check it out, and there's different reasons for people go. I guess I mean, I go to socialize, see people, drink. People go there to showcase their cosplays that they've been spending months and months to work on, and kind of be like, yo, look what I did, isn't this awesome, kind of thing. And there's all sorts of reasons. But to look at it on the flip side, where you're working there, and now you got to think at it as like from a financial standpoint, that it's going to be interesting to see if it can survive with the pandemic in play, I guess. So yeah, man, we shall see. But boys, what do you think? Should we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode? Should we dive into this?
Yeah,
let's do it. So this week, like I said, it's my week. So I wanted to kind of get organized. We're about to hop into our season 3. I'm sure there's going to be tons of Marvel topics, because we do a lot of Marvel stuff. But there are a lot of rumors and confirmations and all sorts of stuff that's kind of in the air. People are unsure of, even myself. So I thought, this is a good way for us to kind of, again, get organized and confirm what's confirmed, talk about the rumors, and then at the end, we can talk about what we want to see. If you guys saw the thumbnail, he saw fucking Jim from The Office as Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic. So we'll get into stuff like that later in the episode. But for now, we are going to talk about kind of the main chunk of news, I guess. It's definitely old news. And we're definitely late to the party to talk about it, but I think it's still relevant. It's still important to at least our viewership, right? And that's Disney buying out all the Fox characters. And that means X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool. So slowly, and we've kind of seen this stuff get integrated already, we're going to start seeing all these characters that have been out of the loop the whole time slowly getting plugged into all these movies that we're watching, all these TV shows. We did an episode a couple weeks ago about Xavier being in Doctor Strange 2. So there you go. You got an X-Men already popping in. If you saw WandaVision, you saw that they're plugging Evan Peters Quicksilver. Possibly that's still, who actually knows what's going on, or if, they're trying to pull the wool over our heads again and, do some trickery. But that's what we're here for. We're going to figure out what's actually going on. So let's start by this. We're going to talk about everything that is confirmed. So do you guys have anything that for a fact that's been confirmed that you want to talk about? Because there's a lot and there's no way we're going to talk about everything. So I think let's pick and choose what we want to talk about rather than going. DJ, why don't you kick us off?
That's crap.
We got a list. We got a BTS list.
Yeah. For everything that's confirmed. I mean, probably. Man, it's a big list, but I think
there's so much to pick from.
Probably Black Panther. I just want to see the sequel just to see how they're going to handle it, because rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But I kind of want to see how they're going to handle the story from there. If one day they'll try to replace him at some point, which right now sounds like blasphemy even saying it. But for me, I just kind of want to see where that story is going to go. I want to see because everything after Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, that I feel like that's going to change the game. I don't know how that's going to happen, in what way, but I'm really excited for it. But back to Black Panther 2, I kind of want to see if they'll because in the comics, Shuri stepped up to the mantle of Black Panther for a time. So I don't know if they're going to try and do that, or if they're going to bring back Killmonger, how they're going to explain why T'Challa isn't there anymore. It'll be, it'll definitely be sad to go and watch in the theaters, and I'll probably end up crying for sure. But I think it'll be pretty cool to see how they handle it. I think Marvel is very good at character development. Their sequels, for some reason, are always better than the originals, with the exception of, I think, Iron Man. But you got Winter Soldier, which was just leaps and bounds. And the first Avenger, Captain America: The First Avenger, was not a bad movie, but the Winter Soldier is a great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, same thing. I'm predicting it's going to be the same way for Doctor Strange too. So we'll see. I have faith in Marvel. I feel like they're firing on all cylinders right now. They can't miss with anything that they're putting out. So I have faith that they'll handle that correctly. But,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad you kicked it off with Black Panther, because if there's anything that has been confirmed that I am still questioning how the heck are they going to pull it off, it's Black Panther. And that's obviously because of the unfortunate death of Chadwick Boseman, right? How I'm so curious how they're going to do Black Panther without our main character, right? So Are we going to go the route that you mentioned and Shuri is going to be taking up the helm? I know Victor mentioned last week that Michael B. Jordan might be making a reappearance somehow. I can see both playing out. I think something's going to happen with CGI. You know, it's a good thing he's got a mask because you can kind of literally mask the I'm definitely using the plan words here, but yeah, you can. The same thing with like what if like they had someone step in for at least one episode to do the voiceover for Black Panther, then he sounds just like Chadwick Boseman. So I can see them doing scenes where it's full someone else in a Black Panther suit and just doing the voice of Chadwick Boseman, at least to get him out of the story to set something up for someone else to take over, right? So it'll be interesting. Victor, confirmations. What are you looking forward to the most?
Blade.
Blade. Oh my God!
Well,
yes.
Blade,
Let's talk about Blade.
Blade, like it was one of the first introductions to superhero movies that I ever had. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to do it, spinning it into the MCU. It's a good confirmation. The actor is an amazing actor. He's already done MCU roles. He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage, and I think he knocked that out of the park. So I'm really curious to see this. And they're already dropping hints of his universe, of his role in Loki. Remember Loki? They're like, I've dealt with other variants. I've dealt with Skrulls. I've dealt with vampires. Why are you difficult? And I'm just like, vampires. Yep, you're dealing. You vampires. Guys are dropping this little magic
sprinkle. Yeah.
Plus, I know Multiverse of Madness is supposed to technically be like the first MCU kind of dabble into horror, but Blade, like that is a horror comic. Like that whole movie has to be like, it has to be rated R. Like, or it has to be like, it has to be, because realize he's cutting off the heads of people. Like that's one of his things. He stakes people. There is no like, oh, are they okay? It's like, no, he just pile drive them like into the heart. So I'm really excited for that. And it's really nice knowing, what is it? Wesley Snipes is also confirmed in it, right? Like he's doing some sort of bit in it.
I think he's supposed to reportedly have a cameo in the movie.
Which is,
yeah, I heard he's coming back. He's going to play Edward Cullen.
I don't know what he's doing. Took me a fucking second, man. I was just like, why does that name sound so familiar?
Who's Edward Cullen?
But it's cool just seeing that and seeing how that mantle is being passed on. And I'm very excited to see a scary movie from Marvel, like a true scary movie, because we've been seeing scary things from Marvel being introduced, but that has to be like their full like, hey, we're going to try to rival like whatever Blumhouse or something. We're gonna have to try to be scary, because this movie, you're not going to be afraid of a vampire if they're trying to conquer the world. And you have to be afraid of a vampire because they're going to try to kill you and they're going to try to turn you into a vampire. It's like all occult stuff. So that's my excitement right there.
Absolutely. I know at least DJ has the same appreciation for Mahershala Ali that I do. This man is probably one of the best actors of our generation.
Dude.
Yeah, man. I feel like he's kind of been taking like a back seat the last couple years, but man, you talk about like 4 or 5 years ago, this man was killing everything he does. We know he's got the acting chops. We've seen him in Oscar-winning movies before. We've seen him again, as Victor mentioned, in playing Cottonmouth and Luke Cage. So I'm so excited for him, not only to return to the MCU, but to be Blade. Like, that's gonna be badass. He's gonna be a badass Blade. I'm so excited for it.
Oh my God, I'm so hyped for
that. Yeah. DJ, you want to comment on Blade at all, or you want to move on to what?
I just imagine like Mahershala, like his voice and the script that they're gonna put, and like the one-liners that they're gonna give him is probably gonna be so badass, and he's just gonna be such a Wesley's Blade. The original Blade walked so that all of these other Marvel movies could run, and so that all these other comic book movies could run. Like, people be sleeping on Spawn and Blade. Everybody always remembers X-Men, but like those two specifically, black characters too, mind you. leading a movie, and I feel like they don't get the recognition they deserve sometimes for like
For
the
sure.
steps that they took for them. But with Victor, I'm really excited to see like the horror aspects that Marvel can come up with, because they freaked me out a couple of times with some other scenes from movies. So and they only dabbled in it. So I'm excited to see, especially with Doctor Strange 2, how they lean into horror and kind of see how they can do that. So
Yeah, I mean, so far the only scary thing that we have from the MCU is Sebastian Stan voice acting. So other than that,
don't
other
listen
than
to him,
that,
Stabby. You're wonderful.
man,
Don't phone it in.
sorry,
Don't phone it in.
sorry, it's a hot take,
Hot take.
hot take. So yeah, I
Cool,
mean,
bro.
those are some confirmations. Let me take a quick peek. I'm hosting.
I had to relook again because I was like, is there anything better than what I wanted to say? And I was
Yeah,
like,
right. Listen, we'll make it quick, but I am pretty excited that the Fantastic Four has been announced. Just thinking back to like all the renditions that we've had of Fantastic Four, the Jessica Alba one from like the early 2000s. That was a decent take on it. It was very
it wasn't
Fox.
terrible.
Yeah, that and like I'm probably gonna get shit on for this, so sorry in the comments. But that and the Spider-Man Tobey Maguire series, those feel the same to me, in my opinion. Like they have the same vibe.
What's wrong with you?
He said
Absolutely wrong with
He
you.
did say it was going to be a hot take.
I told you. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's just how I feel. But then we got that other Fantastic Four movie. I didn't even watch it because I didn't want the Fantastic Four to get ruined for me. So I literally skipped it. But I heard it was shit. It looked like shit. So I'm excited for the MCU to actually get their hands on these characters and the storyline, especially Victor Von Doom, and just run with it. So Fantastic Four is definitely something I'm excited for. But yeah, moving on, let's go over to all the rumors, I guess. Everything that's rumored, not confirmed right now. So we'll go Victor. What do you see in the rumored movies that you either think, let's do this. We're spitballing here, boys. Something in the rumors that you think could be possible, and how do you think it could be possible?
Ghost Rider returning, or a proper introduction of the Ghost Rider into the MCU.
Nick Cage?
Maybe if they're just, hey man, they made him cool in what is it, Spider-Man Noir, but no, I know multiple actors have been kind of like dying to be the Ghost Rider, and there's been like Kevin Feige says he wants to do the Ghost Rider properly in the MCU. And I feel like it's possible now since they are treading into the horror movie stuff now. Because Ghost Rider, in the best of ways, is a spirit of vengeance, and like the most literal thing, it's a flaming ghost monster that will grab you and burn you with your sins. Like, introduce him in Blade, introduce glimpses of him in Multiverse of Madness, or even drop hints of like spirits that exist in the multiverse, and one of them being a spirit of vengeance. And then it has to pick a vessel, and then drop hints of like, hey, there's a stunt performer named Johnny Blaze. That's one of the rumors that I hope is so true, because Norman Reedus is like trying to pull teeth with Marvel to play him, and I feel like he can do it. Even though Norman Reedus is up there in age, I feel like he can do it.
Oh, don't talk trash about Norman Reedus. My boy Daryl, he's in great shape. He's still running around in The Walking Dead. Yeah. I'm trying to picture Norman Reedus as Johnny Blaze, or as just Ghost Rider in general. They might have to like alter his look a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know, but that'd be cool. I'd be super happy if Norman Reedus was in the Marvel universe.
I'm just being ageist, I guess, but like he's what, 50s, right?
Low key, Norman Reedus is pretty old. He is like. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It's not even that old, but like in terms of playing a superhero that is just being integrated, and especially a superhero that is typically viewed as being younger. Like Johnny Blaze is like mid-20s probably.
Yeah, he is a stunt performer. Yeah, he's like 20s. You're not a stunt performer at 54.
Yeah, so Norman Reedus, he's like mid-40s, I think. So for him to play Johnny Blaze would be considered a little bit older than normal.
Yeah.
But I think, he's definitely got the chops for it. Yeah. That'd be cool. DJ, rumored movie or series, and how does it happen?
All right, let's take a quick look here just to make sure. I kind of want to see Nova.
Nova?
You and everyone else, dude,
No, because I think that would kind of lead to like Adam Warlock as well. And I kind of want to see, he was supposed to be in, I don't know if he's going to show up in volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy or not, but they hinted in a after credit scene in Guardians of the Galaxy volume 2 with like his big chamber that like Adam Warlock was supposed to make an appearance. And I think that kind of got overshadowed with, Infinity War and Endgame and like everything leading up to that in the TV show. So I think that kind of took a backseat. But I'd be excited to see like the Nova Corps and everything. And Marvel does this really cool thing where they introduce aspects of things that they're bringing to the MCU in other avenues. And right now they're coming out with a Marvel game, Guardians of the Galaxy, in which you see depictions of the Nova Corps in there. So I would like to see that, kind of get a backstory on Nova itself. There's kind of a lot of things that they could do with that. I don't know if they can make it into a movie or a TV show. I think it would really be cool in like an episodic format, but Marvel's kind of branching out into like the larger world, as it were, for the MCU. Like they're with the Eternals, they're bringing in the Deviants and like kind of like the Celestials and like that whole aspect of it. So, and they're really stepping up the stakes, I think. With like Fantastic Four, we're gonna have Galactus and like the Silver Surfer, and so we're definitely venturing off into those bigger worlds. I'm excited to see how they'll introduce that. So that's I'm very excited to step back into space because I'm always a fan of sci-fi and how that fits into the bigger picture, especially when something as big as the MCU. So that'll be really cool to see. Also, Nova in the comics, whoever has the helm at the time is just a fucking badass. So I'm excited for that.
Absolutely. I do see that, we've got a couple people watching. Guys, if you're watching and you guys have something that you're excited for that's confirmed, or even if it's rumored, pop it in chat and we're going to talk about it right here, right now.
People watching? That's so cool.
There's a couple people in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot that's actually rumored. Like there surprisingly is a lot of confirmations. Something that I am looking forward to that could be that is rumored would probably be Avengers 5, I think, if I had to pick out of the list. There's really not much to pick from. And I hope Avengers 5 is maybe like the new Avengers, where obviously we lost Steve, we lost Tony, so it's gonna look different. We're gonna have different people. But I hope this is like a whole new squad where it's maybe like one or two people from the old Avengers coming back, but just almost like a reboot, like a refresh kind of like, okay, we did this whole phase 4 thing. Maybe we hop into phase 5 and somewhere maybe in the middle, we start plugging people in and like making a new team. My boy Falcon in there as Captain America. I can see him leading the charge.
Okay.
Who else is in like the new Avengers in the comics? Who else would they plug in? Maybe whoever takes up the helm. Yeah, Sentry as whoever pops in as the new Black Panther. I could see them being a new Avenger.
I think maybe we're also looking at, and this may be straying off course, but we're also looking at the Young Avengers and like that setup as well, which I'm really excited for. But as far as the new Avengers, maybe whoever takes over, like you said, maybe whoever takes over BP's mantle, Captain Marvel, we'll see her again. I'm hoping Nova, Spider-Man. Obviously, he's like become Tom Holland has become basically the new RDJ for like the Phase 4. Like they're focused solely on this kid, and for good reason. He's charismatic and he's charming, and he's definitely leaning into like the younger Peter Parker, like kind of coming into age type of deal, which we didn't see with Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. Like we just kind of saw them spring into action as Spider-Man, and Tom Holland is kind of becoming that fully realized one, which is really cool to see.
Yeah.
And oh man, I'm just excited to see, like you said, I mean, seeing it's really going to be cool to see Anthony Mackie as like the new Captain America leading a squad of Avengers.
Yeah.
That's going to be so dope.
Yeah, it's funny to think back, like when they alluded to him becoming Captain America, I was like, Anthony Mackie's good, but I don't know. I don't see him being a leader. I don't see him leading a movie, a big movie like that either. But now after watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, absolutely, he definitely.
Oh yeah.
They like put him in acting class or something. I swear to God, he's maybe just have a different appreciation for him.
Oscar movies.
Nah, that's just Papa Doc, bro.
Papa Doc. It's freaking the dude that Morgan Freeman beats up in $1 Million Baby. Like he's got acting chops. It's just like action, like leading man chops is different. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, like it's interesting to see him take that helm.
I just keep expecting him to like rap, you know. Keep expecting him to come out and be like
give a freedom rap or something.
It's like, Bucky, come over here, drop me a beat.
Bucky, you're lucky.
What if
I don't even know. That's all I got.
What if every producer has tried to make him rap and they're like, hey man, can you pull a Papa, and just like you finish that fucking sentence? Just like
I went to Juilliard, motherfucker. Like
I got you, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't ask him to rap. He doesn't want to rap.
Sir, we asked him. It's a big no. It's a big no.
Fucking great. So, speaking of things that we want, why don't we hop into our next topic? That's gonna be, what do we want? What do we want to see? There's a lot of possibilities. Let's
steak.
What do we want? Steak?
Steak
milk steak, yeah.
Milk steak.
Milk steak.
Oh, what the fuck? What is milk steak?
I've been watching a lot of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So
yo, dude, can you please explain what milk steak is?
It's not too much different than the word. You get a steak and then you put some milk on it and it softens it up so you can eat it. I'm literally explaining it how the character does on the show.
Is this Charlie?
Yeah, I think that sounds like Charlie. Yeah,
sounds like Charlie. Yeah,
Charlie's just like, well, it doesn't really matter, you know, Frank. I just put the steak in front of me, you know, and I put some milk on top of it, and then I eat it.
That's fucking gross. I'm gonna throw up. That's a lot of cow. It's a lot of cow in one meal.
I didn't even think about that.
Milk and steak all in one. That's disgusting.
That's cannibalistic.
So that's how we're kicking off. David, DJ wants to see Milk Steak appear in the MCU, so we need to cast Charlie Day first of all.
No, I didn't know we were doing that. You know, let's just move on.
Let's move on,
buddy.
Victor, what do you want to see?
What I really, really want to see in the MCU, just because they're introducing the characters, and I thought it was one of the best like story arcs. Plus, it's kind of always been like a good, like, it'd be interesting to see the duality. Would be Civil War done properly, because they have so many of the properties now. They have so many of the properties that made what. So Civil War was an okay movie. That was an okay movie. At most, it was 12 people having a sparring match at an airport, which was cool.
At an airport, yeah.
That was fucking awesome. Cool. Now they have almost all their intellectual properties back under one roof, that they can do the whole Avenger Registration Act, the Avenger Initiative Act, where it's like you have to register to be a metahuman, and villains joining up with the government and stuff like that, and then eventually just culminates to like a battle in downtown New York between the side that is like we all work for the government, heroes and villains alike, and then a side that's like we're villains and heroes, but we think this is a calling, and they just fight downtown. I want to see that.
You just want to see them brawl it out,
like a full out brawl. Like because in the Civil War II, I think it was they even have what they need to set up, which is Captain Marvel, Brie Larson.
Morales.
Yeah, she's leading it, and then on the anti-registration side, I believe it's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So they have what they can do to kind of just build it up to where it's like, oh, cool, they're going to have fighting viewpoints. That's what I want to see personally. I've talked to a few people that are like, that'd be cool. That's my thing. Sorry, that was my dog going nuts.
For sure. So would it be? It would have to be Civil War II then, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I wonder how they would do that. How I would love to see that because you're right. The Civil War movie does not do the comic justice at all. The Civil War comic is one of the best story arcs in the Marvel comics, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least like from the Avengers storylines.
Yeah.
Dude, the movie was like complete derailment of the story. It was very off from what I remember. They have the rights to Fantastic Four, which I know Reed Richards and Sue Richards, they play a huge part in the story. Thor, I don't know if they can pull him back to do the storyline properly the way they do it in the comics.
I would love to see that though.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. That'd be absolutely nuts. But yeah, I mean, you're right. There's a ton of missing pieces, and they do have the resources now to pull it together. My question is, how do we get there? How do we pull it off? Like, how do we go from where we are to getting there? So,
I mean, my logic would be they're introducing so many people that are advanced humans, enhanced humans, meta criminals, like people that aren't, you have a gimmick, but you're also very dangerous, or you have a power, period. And then the government, they don't want these people to be kind of like free range. So it wouldn't make sense where they're just like, you know what, now we have to expand this law. Now it'd be kind of cool to see certain characters that we love, just like, hey, we're not going to listen to you. Some of them making a resistance, some of them going to work for the government, some getting arrested because they're just like, and that's what happened in the comics. The Young Avengers, they got arrested, and the Young Avengers are getting introduced. The Young Avengers, like, we're not registering. And it'd be very cool to kind of see that, where if like the Young Avengers do get introduced within the next year or two, just being like, hey, we're not gonna register, and them just getting arrested, full out getting arrested, put in cuffs, and sent to the raft.
That's smart. Yeah, I didn't even think about all the Young Avengers coming in and like a re-registration kind of thing, especially maybe what do they call it, the blip or whatever, right? Is that what they call it when everyone gets dusted?
Yeah.
Maybe that has something to do with it. All the new Avengers coming in, they have to get registered. There's the blip, like just being accounted for or something like that. So yeah, that's actually pretty smart on how to do that. Who knows? DJ, what do you, if you could make anything happen in the Marvel universe, what would it be?
I want John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. He would be, dude. I'm sorry, but he would be so fucking amazing as Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards, I feel like John Krasinski has grown into like himself as an actor. Mm-hmm. He's done a lot of other movies. Him as in A Quiet Place and like him directing it, and Jack Ryan, and like we've seen him be able to put on muscle and stuff like that. So I kind of see him as just put a little gray on the sides. He almost, everybody sees the fan art where like they put one of like the newer versions of Reed Richards with like the beard and like the little gray on the sides and like, kind of looking hella muscular.
Mm-hmm. It's a thumbnail for a video,
right? So John Krasinski just looks so much like the artwork of that particular version that I'm just like, that's a goldmine waiting to happen, because he's right around that good age. He originally auditioned for Captain America and didn't get it, and thankfully we got Chris Evans as like probably, I don't know, he's just such a good portrayal of Captain America. Like
Mhm.
he's so closest to the staunchness of the character in the comics. So I'm just like, sweet. But I don't know. I think that'd be perfect casting, and he's got like the acting chops and the comedic timing, as we've seen on The Office, obviously, to play like that kind of role. So it'd be really cool to see.
It
I
would
would
be.
love to see him.
I'm picturing, man, I'm so bad with names. The agent that's in WandaVision,
Oh, Randall Park.
Randall Park. Yeah. Oh my God. Can you imagine the
If he meets up
fans?
with
The fans, if he showed up in a Fantastic movie and it was Jim from The Office and they had any sort of interaction, like people would go nuts just to see them on screen together for literally 2 seconds.
Wasn't that one of your predictions for like WandaVision, Victor? Is that at some point Randall Park's character would go into Wanda's town and come out as John Krasinski?
Yeah. It's just like, that's gonna be the best thing, where it's like the barrier just expands and then you just see like it's just Jim. It's like, oh hi.
For a flicker.
He's a variant. He's just a variant. That's all it is.
That'd be
Oh, yeah.
that'd be so funny. I would have stood up from watching it at home and cheered as if I was in a movie. But no,
you would have choked on your milk steak if you were eating and watching that show.
Well, here's the thing about milk steaks, man. No. No, that would be really cool. But also, I got beef. I actually wouldn't mind if they had done. I really wish they would have done Marvel's What Ifs, the show.
Mhm.
Amazing, love it. But I really wish that with each different episode, they would have done a different style of artwork. Now that I'm thinking about it, or like animation, like because the Marvel Zombies episode, I would have loved to see that in like a graphic, like animation style, kind of like Cowboy Bebop, because it
Yeah.
gave it a little bit more like horror-y aspect to it. So I kind of wish they would have done that, but it's already done. What can you do?
Great episode.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. So going back to the first thing DJ brought up, which was John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, as Reed Richards. I am completely on board. I know there is a huge calling for it from the fans. There's fan art everywhere. He does look exactly like him. He would absolutely kill that role. DJ, you brought up the fact that John Krasinski auditioned to be Captain America. And this is before anyone knew. I mean, we probably had an idea, but anyone knew that Captain America was going to be such a huge character, right? So this is another opportunity for John Krasinski. I feel like when Reed Richards is introduced, he will be a huge character. I feel like he's gonna be he's gonna be at least like as big as Doctor Strange, just one of those like top dogs in the storyline that they're plugged into.
Fantastic Four. It's the first family of Marvel. Like
it really is.
Whoever is going to be there, they need to think that person, those people that sign up for those contracts, are going to be in that role for at least 10 years.
For a little bit, yeah.
So like, if you're older in the tooth, they might not essentially like have them there. So we'll see. But like John Krasinski's like barely 40, I think. He's
he's still pretty young.
He's still pretty spry. So
he's like the same age Reed Richards would be, I think, in the comics.
Depending on which comic, probably around that age.
Yeah, good point. I'm looking at the rest of the Fantastic Four cast, and who could possibly be who. I know there's a rumor of who would be the Human Torch. I totally forget who it was though. Do you guys know offhand who was rumored, or who at least was they like plugged someone to be?
I can't remember like who they decided or who they thought would make like the best one, but I think if I could think of anybody like off the top of my head, two people, either Zac Efron, but I feel like he's too well known to want to do like a long contract like that, and he has like a history of doing long contracts with stuff that he doesn't necessarily enjoy anymore. And what's the kid's name? Noah Centineo, the like Peter Kavinsky from like all of the rom-coms that are on Netflix.
What's this guy's name? Peter Kaczynski?
No, Noah Centineo. He's like known for playing like the lead in so many rom-coms from Netflix.
I think the only kind of rumor mill that I want to see happen is Fassbender as Doctor Doom, because he's been in talks with Marvel. Like there's been reported he was on Marvel set, not Fox Marvel, but like on Marvel set recently. His contract's already been done with for Magneto, so he's been on set, and everyone's like, "Well, who can he play?" And like, I feel like because he's at the right age too, he could be a very amazing Doom, especially given the right kind of work through. Because you guys are right. Reed Richards, whoever they get, has to be in the MCU for 10 years plus, because he is going to be one of those. His character is going to be pivotal because the MCU has that vacuum right now. Of they need the intelligent person. Like they need a new scientific mind, because right now they only have Sherry, but she's not in the hero aspect of it. Not right now, currently. They need someone who's like, I am the scientific lead, and I'm also a hero. That's my full-time job. So it'd be cool to also bring in the villain who is like, I am a scientific lead. I am also crazy mystically powerful. I know magical arts close to rival the Sorcerer Supreme, and then make it Fassbender. Like, holy shit! Like that's right there. You create such a good villain that you don't
and Buzz
right away.
Don't forget. I mean, this guy played iconically. I mean, well after going into roles that people like Ian McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart, like doing roles after them could probably be very daunting, but somehow James McAvoy and Fassbender like made those roles their own. So now they're just as iconic as the other two. So if people were to see Fassbender show up as another villain, and a pivotal villain at that, in one of the newer franchises, unreal. Like again, coming from an economic standpoint, that would probably push ticket sales through the roof. And in post-COVID movie franchises kind of thing, like I think Marvel's getting very good at threading the needle between well-known actors, putting them into certain roles, and then newcomers and putting them into certain roles. So they're very good at balancing that act, because you can put a name to something, but then if the rest of the movie is shit, it doesn't really matter. But they're getting really good at threading that line. Like, so I again trust in Marvel. Like I have a feeling if that's going to become Victor Von Doom, that would be so fucking dope. And we get to see Latvia and like and kind of venture into that side of it. Man, that's gonna be so cool.
Plus, like, if they do introduce him, I don't think they're going to introduce him out, because Kang's going to be the main focus as a villain for the next couple of years. He's going to be the main villain of the MCU. So I think when they introduce Doctor Doom, he's going to be more of an anti-hero for a little bit, because he was kind of a hero for a little bit. He's very xenophobic. Like, he wants to protect his homeland, which in turn means sometimes protecting the Earth or protecting reality. So I could see it where it's like they're like, oh yeah, he's going to be like a really cool guy. And there has to be one character that's like, Doctor Doom. Yeah, we got Doctor Strange. It's like, yeah, but the name, like, don't you think this guy's dangerous?
Deadpool probably will definitely be like, I can't wait to see Deadpool in the MCU, like breaking the fourth wall and being like, well, this could be trouble. Or, I think I met another version of the Spider-Man, a little bit older, a little bit more gruff.
That is absolutely hilarious that you mentioned that, because I was going to go into something that I personally am looking forward to, and that's Deadpool being pulled into the MCU from Fox.
Yeah, dude.
Can't wait.
I think I talked in person to Victor about this, and it's just a fun idea I think they should play with. They used to give Stan Lee all the cameos in every Marvel movie. I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Deadpool started doing all the cameos instead. Like, he popped in every movie and was like, what the hell's going on here? Just some like witty, dumb shit. And I mean, obviously he still gets his time. He still gets his own movie and stuff like that. But I think it would be great to pop him in like that, because that's definitely something I miss, and it's something that we won't ever get again with Stan Lee, unfortunately, is him popping in and everyone's like, there it is. Like we know it was coming the whole time, and there it is.
Like when they say the title in a movie, like, they said it.
They said it, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just like seeing, so they used to give Stan Lee different roles. Like I remember he was a bus driver. He was a, it's just like all sorts of, a cosmonaut. Yeah. He would always play like different characters, but he was always Stan Lee. So I'm thinking back to Victor's pop collection now, and how you guys might, I don't know if this was ever mentioned on the show previously, but Victor's dad is a huge Deadpool fan, and because of that, Victor collects all the different, there's a Deadpool pop and you guys are familiar with them, they come in all different variations. There's like clowns, all sorts of different Deadpool characters. And I feel like that'd be great for them to kind of tie that whole idea in and be like, well, Deadpool showing up in disguise, but as Deadpool, right? And just kind of playing with that fun idea.
I have a follow-up to that, just real quick. One, I would like to ask Victor, do you have a pop of, what was the series that Loki had with Deadpool? He was an agent of Asgard.
Yeah.
You have that one?
No, I don't.
Oh God, that would be perfect for you. Just mix the two things that you love the most and put it together. So I instantly just thought of that. But two, I think it would be even more meta if they got Ryan Reynolds, not playing Deadpool, but just Ryan Reynolds in doing the cameos in each of the movies, and people are confused as to why he's there. And it's just like some of the value feels off, or something like he'll say something, and they'll just be like, "Were you expecting me to say something? What are we doing here?" Like his cameos make no sense. And but he just stares into the camera or like breaks the fourth wall somehow. It's just,
or if he's Ryan Reynolds is some like rich yuppie dude, and something happens in like space or something with the Avengers, and a piece of an asteroid or a rocket ship or something falls in. No, he's just like laying by the pool, right? And it falls into his pool, and he's like, "What the hell?" And he's cleaning his pool all the time. And we cut to the next movie, and now he's like cleaning his pool, and something else falls into it.
Continuation of just shit getting wrecked.
I got one. If you're going to do Ryan Reynolds route, if he's going to be, because you got to introduce Deadpool, you have to.
Yeah.
It would be Ryan Reynolds doing something. Let's say something's happening, and it cuts to Ryan Reynolds, and let's say he's getting a coffee from Starbucks, and you just see a barista Deadpool come out, he's just like, "Oh, what the hell?" And like that's how we start introducing like that bit. Is that
with like Deadpool and
Ryan just doing something? Like there is a Deadpool variant. Like he's at a Mexican restaurant, and you just see Deadpool like with playing the guitar in a full
with the mustache and everything. Oh my god!
like and Ryan Reynolds slowly losing his sanity every time he bumps into Deadpool. Like he's at, like towards the end, like towards phase 5, he's just like, how the fuck can I get rid of you?
He just starts making the costume, and that's how Deadpool is introduced. Is that it's just the actor Ryan Reynolds in the MCU losing his goddamn mind, and he just makes a costume. He's like, the wisecracking dude that breaks the fourth wall, and they're just like, we have to arrest this man,
and be like, he has become a variant of Deadpool. This is his superhero. This is his villain story origin.
Oh man,
I would love that.
Hilarious. Guys, the possibilities are absolutely endless. I'm gonna go ahead and actually share a link in chat, which has been very helpful to us. Here we go, copy and paste.
Yay.
There you go. It's taking a minute to load, but yeah, check that out. I thought it was very useful, at least for this episode, and just kind of get on the same page and see what's going on. It has all the confirmations, all the rumors, everything on there. So let us know in the comments what you guys want to see, what you guys want us to talk about in season 3 coming up. DJ always likes to keep it a secret, so we won't know what topic is for next week until it happens next week. But this was fun, guys. I mean, live stream episode. It was cool to see everyone pop in. Real quick, I just want to give a special thank you. Well, first of all, a thank you for everyone who came in and viewed, because honestly, that's freaking cool. Like, we're just some homies, just some friends talking about nerd shit once a week, and you guys are popping in to say hi, and we appreciate it. I see my sister was here, our buddy Zach, Tyler. Like, you guys are awesome. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for popping in chat. We really appreciate you guys once again. Who knows? Like I said before, if we might do this again. This might be a one-time thing. Who knows? We'll talk about it. But for now, I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm Space Case. Thanks again. Hope you guys have a good night, good weekend, good morning, and we'll see you next time, boys. Let's send it out.
As always, it's the Triple S crew. It's Sundance Kid himself, aka DJ.
It is your boy Slick Vic Rodriguez.
Thanks again, guys. Later.